Demi negara yang tercinta, dicurahkan bakti penuh setia. Sedap tak, sedap tak? A very good afternoon, guys. Mio Adlan here once again for another brilliant session of Act Now Hot Issue. What's for lunch? And what is it today? Why was I so happy in the morning? Why was I so excited talking to you guys? Why did I started singing? Because as what you guys are commenting down there, it is Malaysia Day. Happy Malaysia Day. Selamat Hari Malaysia. 16th of September is when Malaysia was born back then in 1963. Regardless of wherever you are, janji kalau anda rakyat Malaysia, you are a Malaysian. Today is a proud day for us to be together, for us to wave that flag, Jalo Gemilang, all around, making sure that we show our patriotism, we show our love for our country. And of course, you know, another person who's very in love with our country, who can't stop talking about Malaysia, who has only nice things to talk about Malaysia, none other than our resident local hero, Melvin Lam. Hey, Melvin. Nampak
Hey, how are
punya
you?
kipas you kau-kaunya, Melvin. Ambil.
Yes, I guess you should. The more time you stay in this room, every morning I see you a bit more cuckoo. I thought I entered a wrong platform. I thought it's karaoke platform.
But yeah, you know what? No, I'm happy because today is Malaysia Day. Before we actually go into a hot issue, Melvin, what does Malaysia Day means to you personally? Nak tanya sikit.
You asked me what Malaysia Day is to honor what's the
Means to
past.
you. Yeah.
Now, we have to work hard. We have to bring back the glory, and we should have. Not bring back. We should have. Malaysia is very blessed with multiracial, and we should stay harmony. We are blessed with good weather compared to other regions in the other world. We have a lot of good resources. We should not abuse. We should all work together, and everyone have equal rights, and everyone love each other. This is my.
You know, it takes Melvin Lam to actually talk about something so serious, lah. Wait, come on, lah. Be cheerful a bit, like, can or not? It's Malaysia Day, it's a holiday.
You know
cheerful.
Why is I'm serious? Because I have a good news last evening. Especially those of us in phase 2, we can get back to work, and it's not only
sabar.
It's not only that.
Jangan cerita lagi. Nanti. Kita nak cerita lagi.
We have to work 100 times harder. Faster.
Betul, exactly. I mean, like, given this opportunity, you know, being a Malaysian, living in Malaysia right now, exactly what Melvin said. We should not take things for granted. A lot of SOPs are being loosened up. A lot of opportunities are now being reopened back for us to actually live our lives as much as we can, you know, moving forward. But that doesn't give us the opportunity to forget. That doesn't give us the chance for us to ignore what is the current situation right now in what we are facing right now. Hopefully that this will teach us to become a better Malaysian moving forward in all shape or form. Nampak? You dah bagi I jadi serious dah, Melvin. I not happy today, okay? I not happy you jadi serious juga. Let's think.
Well, to me, serious is happiness.
Okay. Oh, susah je ni. Kalau serious is happiness, susah nak kawan dengan Melvin. Okay, stop it. Let's talk about today's topic, today's hot issue that we want to bring out to our fellow viewers. It is actually a good news now because why? It is declared, or it is actually being announced by the government that today, right now, currently, we are in a transitioning phase. We are in the transition phase for us to actually move forward with the current global pandemic of COVID-19 that has been happening, not just in Malaysia, but obviously around the world. But it is going to be transformed, or should I say, it's going to be changed. Rather than having to live in a pandemic society, we will now be changing into an endemic kind of situation now. The question that we have right now, not just to you guys, not just to Melvin, but also to you guys as well, what is actually an endemic? What does that actually mean? Apakah maksud sebenarnya bila kita cerita pasal endemic ni versus pandemic? So we have, you know, two local resident people here who's trying to understand. We are not professionals in this. We are not. No, we never claim that we're professionals, but we are trying to deep dive on what it is endemic is all about. So, Melvin, you want to kick us off?
Well, we are not professional, but we would like to be a commoner as well, because every day we address community issue as a commoner and how it affects us. Because professionals
Yeah,
think
exactly.
it's very theoretical, idealistic. We are a commoner. I hope the listeners share this with me. We want to know how these issues, whatever issues, affect us on a daily life as a commoner, because commoner make up to 99.99% of the populations.
Correct. Betul. Saya setuju dengan pernyataan you itu. Memang betul. Commoner, we make up 99.99%. But, from what our own understanding, dari research yang the ones that we have done, what is actually an endemic kalau kita tengok dictionary, Melvin?
Okay, the dictionary say...
Macam-macam zaman sekolah kan perbahasan. Maksud definisi ayat ini. So, silakan,
Okay,
Melvin.
all right. Endemics, the word endemics definitions is adjective that means natural to, native to, confined to, or widespread within a place or population of people. So I've been trying to interpret this.
I still tak faham.
We have to live. I mean, they say it's within a place of populations. Now, a place of populations could be a state like us in Klang Valley, or in the regional, or in the whole world. I would say the whole world as a place with all the populations of Earth, like people that we have to live together with such issue that we face. It's not really under control, but we have to live together. There's no solutions yet, but that is under control in that sense, in getting it spread wider. So,
and I think, Melvin, if I may, like from my own understanding, from what I understand, how an endemic is, like the simplest way that I can actually give an example is that you look at dengue fever. Kita tengok pada demam dengue. Memang tak ada ubat untuk kita mengubati demam dengue. Memang tak ada betul-betul vaksin yang kita dapat menghindari diri kita to avoid ourselves from getting the dengue fever. But it is something that you can treat. It is something that happens still in Malaysia, but at an endemic level, which is localized, which is something that is under control. Yes, macam kita tengok, even the Spanish flu, when you talk about something that happened 100 years ago, how bad it was, but then Spanish flu, was ceased to exist, and common flu came out of it. It's the mutation of something, and then it became to another thing, which is something that we can control. I foresee that looking into the future, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you can actually call your boss and say that, boss, sorry lah, I cannot go to work because I got COVID lah. Oh, okay, tak apa. You rest kat rumah, you drink a lot of fluids, then once you get better, you can come back to the office. It's something like that. Don't you think so, Melvin?
Yeah. I would think so, yes. Now you refer to example as like dengue. We do can control dengue, keep our environment clean, make sure that our water is not tangkong, that breeds mosquitoes, So, and now come into play when that we have, please make sure that the environment is tidy, it's good. So, likewise, the COVID-19, make sure environment is in proper, clean. We have to take care ourselves, adhere to the strict SOP. So it will under control, but endemic is things are under control, but not 100%. So-called we can actually get rid of them yet. We hope one day. So it's a comfort. I mean, at this time, it's still a comfort. But SOP must follow strictly.
Yeah, and it was reported by our new, or should I say, our current Minister of Health, Khadi Jamaluddin, has actually said that Malaysia can start preparing its move into an endemic environment by the end of October, and we could only achieve this by January or February of next year. So basically, what has been announced is, what they're trying to say is that we are slowly moving into that transition of not living in a pandemic world but moving into an endemic state moving forward. And this is why, because a lot of people are getting vaccinated. Good news
Mm.
about people getting vaccinated. More percentage, a higher percentage of people are getting vaccinated, so people can actually roam around. Granted, with SOP, with SOP,
Yes.
bukannya you vaccinated, you jadi kebal macam Superman. No, but you still need to adhere to all of the SOPs around. But it is definitely good news that a lot of people are adhering to all of the rules and regulations. That's good news, right?
Because they move towards next year, early next year, because the herd immunizations actually last 2-3 months it was targeted at 80%. Now we have to reach about over 90% to have herd immunizations to enter into so-called endemic. So January, February is still a few months ahead. We hope that the vaccination program is not too relaxed now. We still hope that it get the number of desired number per day, and those who have been vaccinated have fully vaccinated, and those who have refused, please talk to them, ask them to cooperate, or cucuk them,
Masih ada lagi.
no, cucuk them while
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
asleep.
No, you know what? They should have, like, like snipers, like when you see in the movies, like you got snipers on top of building and with just a rifle, and then just like with the vaccine inside the vial, and just like shoot them and like get vaccinated without them even knowing. Geram lah.
No,
But yeah, I mean, like
we hope the parliament pass a law, because they are pushing it, YBKJ, to pass the law in the parliament to make sure there's no options. Everyone need to be vaccinated.
Yeah, and it's also a good news right now, because we are also enforcing, or should I say, we are encouraging teenagers 18 and below to actually get vaccinated between the age of 13 to 17, for them to get vaccinated. So that's definitely going to be adding up to the whole herd immunity population in Malaysia. That the more people who are vaccinated are there, the less likely that this virus or COVID-19 can actually spread, or even give harm to the citizens, to the rakyat, obviously. So, for Malaysians out there, sempena Hari Malaysia ni, sempena Hari Malaysia, ingin saya mewawarkan ataupun ingin kami orang kata recommendkan. So please, yang mana yang tak vaksin lagi, go get vaccinated lah. What are you waiting for lah? Go, just go. Before Melvin come and chase you, you better go. Okay, important. All right. Enough about. You have anything to add on this endemic, Melvin?
Well, it's related. It's called, the second topic is about what is the SOP rules.
Exactly. You pandai, because the topics that we actually choose, obviously, it's all related to each other for us to have a better understanding of what's actually going on. And
Yes.
one magic show will be done by the government. A super magic show, kalah David Blaine, kalah David Copperfield, magic show where a high number, you're talking about a ridiculously high number of 181 SOP, standard operating procedures, will be shrunken, will be cut down, akan dipotong until jadi hanya 10 now. Seriously, can this happen? Can 181 SOPs become only 10? What kind of a magic show is this, Melvin?
I read it in the news, but I honestly, I don't know. I do not know that we have 181 SOP rules.
Yeah, I also didn't know that we had 181, to be honest with you.
Probably it's more to the industrials and all these things that they could have, but reducing it less than 10%, well, it works. I mean, it have to be gradual. I believe it have to be gradual, reducing it, rather than reduce it by 94, 93%, left with 10. Even I have less 90%, I have still 18. Now it's 10 SOP for everyone. Not as everyone, we all live, we breathe on air, but we have so many sectors of industry. So yeah. I don't know whether it works or not. I have yet to see what's the 10 SOP and versus what's the 181 SOP.
Yeah, as was reported by the government, the country will see further easing of restrictions, as the current number of COVID-19 prevention SOPs will be reduced from 181 down to 10 from October onwards. And Prime Minister Datuk Sri Ismail Sabri has reviewed the set of SOPs, and they will be implemented in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Now, I think it's a common thing that we can actually say at least 4 to 5 lah. We can actually mention it right now. One is like, wear masks. That's one. Number two is make sure you scan your MySejahtera whenever you go in and out of places. Number three, make sure you get your temperature checked whenever you enter a certain premise. Number four, make sure you jaga penjarakan physical you between you and other people. And number five is sanitize yourself as often as possible. So that's five. So what could the other five be? Do you have
No,
any idea?
I do not know. But one thing sure is, a lot of this cluster come from industrial. Right? It's reported, nothing to hide. The government hope to pay attention of factories, construction sites, the welfare of the staff. It should be one of that, make it mandatory so that the staff, where they place it, that the dormitory or housing, need to be clean. They cannot overcram people staying inside. That is something I wish the government pay attention, because a lot of punca, you call it in Bahasa, comes from that. You know,
a lot of punca.
Also,
I love it when you try to speak Malay. Okay, that's nice. Yes.
And also, yeah, what's punca in German? You have narrated the German language.
Punca. No. We're not talking about the Germans right now. You jangan tukar topic. Keep sticking to whatever you're talking about.
Okay. And those detain center, the prison.
Yeah.
We heard a lot of cluster coming from prisons, from this illegal immigration center and all these things. They have to look into 100%, because a lot of things start from there. And those wet market, wholesale markets, please, the foreign workers are back into the foreign workers. You have to so-called control them, and most of them, these foreign workers, are illegal workers. Because the last 2-3 weeks, I already see them. I saw, in fact, I wanted to put a video in Kota Raya when things are more relaxed last few days. They are against mushrooming in Kota Raya. Nothing against them, but they are coming like frogs. And then what they do, they stare at the as usual, normal, at the 5-foot way on the road. They stare at each other, and now they start trading, illegal trading. They put things to sell on the floor. And where are the authorities? Please, authorities, we have to work hand in hand. Relax, but enforcement needs to be there. So I don't know whether this is part of the 10 SOP.
Yeah, I mean, like, looking at this, to be honest with you, I mean, when you look at all the SOPs that we have, I totally agree with you, because we have so many SOPs, or so many restrictions in words and in phrases, in sentences, because it's all industry specific. So for instance, like, if you are an owner of a salon or a barber shop, the SOPs over there is totally different if you own a factory that you're dealing with chemicals, or even if you're a driver of a bus, for instance. All of these SOPs can be the same in general, but they do have specific kind of things that you need to do it. Oh, I got somebody ringing the bell for me. I need to go there because this is not my lunch. Can you just stop just for a while? I need to go.
It's not midnight yet. Not midnight
it's not
yet.
Midnight yet. So you talk first. I'm sorry. You talk first.
Okay, Mio is busy, and he's checking out tomorrow. I'm sure he's going to miss his room. I'm taking over slowly next week. No, sorry, this Friday, tomorrow. And I'm saying, okay, the 10 SOP, is it enough to impose the sudden drop from 181 to 10? And I would love the government to tell us how they're going to hold the boss responsible for their staff in these sectors, like in industry manufacturing, in so-called in the building sections, right, construction sections, in the wholesale market, because there's a lot of workers there. All these souls, it had to be a straight SOP, a straight warning, no excuses to the owners. If you fail to do this, we will cancel your license, whatever. No bleeding, no who. I can get excuse. It's not depends how much you how rich you are, because basically a lot of these people are all tycoons. They can afford to pay. But if you tell them we're going to withdraw your license, that's for sure. Even imagine, Emil, If that is a listed company, I withdraw the license from them for operating, the share will drop until negative. I'm sure they
Yeah.
do not want that. You know, and there are a lot
Yeah,
of big businesses.
I'm totally, yeah, exactly. I'm totally on board with you because why, when you talk about this, there's no way in hiding it. The fact that, some people may have some pull, some people, using the term, they have cable or they have influence or they have, friends in higher places, they get away with stuff because of their stature, because of who they are and everything. We need to be fair across the board. It applies to you, the CEO or the chairman of a multinational company, of a $1 billion company, versus a makcik who's selling nasi lemak by the side of the road. Everyone is the same when it comes to being responsible. Everyone is the same when it comes to following SOPs.
Yeah,
Everyone is the same when you get affected because viruses, again, COVID-19 is not prejudice. It will attack regardless of whoever it is that you are. So jangan nak pilih-pilih. Jangan nak semata-mata, oh, aku kenal Dato' ni, oh, aku Tan Sri ni, oh, aku ni, whatever.
you know
You
why?
still a human being.
You know why? Because the selfishness of them will hit the whole country. You know, so people like me, I've been since last year. I'm very adhered to the SOP, but I've been suffering for almost 2 years, and a lot of people lost their job. B40 now could be B50. Why? Because of the greediness of the few people, and the government have to take actions. I mean, even eventually, if it's spread so wide, another knockdown, the economy collapse
Yeah.
again. You know, so the general people, the 99%, I refer this morning. You know, we are the community, we are the general people. We'll be affected because of the few people.
Yeah, exactly. So whatever it is, at the end of the day, Malaysians, you do not want to get Tan Sri Melvin marah, okay? Because when he
No,
marah,
I don't need
he
a
will
title.
go on and
Just
on.
call me Mister. I love my name.
Okay, Mr.
But the
Melvin Lam.
richest, just to
I
tell
mean,
you,
no,
the
no.
richest man in Malaysia doesn't even have a title.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Working
Yes.
on the hush hush because at the end of the day, everybody's the same. Everybody's simple. Everybody just want to live their lives to the fullest, and it is up to us, Malaysians. It is up to us, rakyat, to just be responsible. Again,
Yeah.
regardless of whoever it is you are. Ada title ke tak ada title? Engkau datuk ke? Engkau nenek ke? Engkau nak saudara ke? Whoever the heck you are, please think about others
Please,
and do not
yes, yes.
be
Love
selfish.
your
Okay,
country, love your communities. Then
exactly.
that's the way we go. That's the way I think our new direction.
Exactly.
Satu keluarga.
Yeah. Satu keluarga Malaysia. Itulah kita.
Yes.
Kita hidup di dalam negara di mana kita saling perlu di antara satu sama lain. Nampak tak bunyi skemanya? Mio Adlan, that's when I'm serious. Okay. Whenever I speak like that, I'm serious. Okay. Enough about the SOPs. But at the end, before we leave this particular topic, we do hope that the government or the ministers who are involved in this, MCMC or Kementerian Dalam Negeri, MKN, Ministry of Defence, Ministry of Health, whoever it is that you are, please spell it out as clear as possible for us laymen. The 99.9999% of Malaysians understand perfectly of what you guys want to do because as much as we hate living in this current situation, we want to get a proper direction from you guys. Okay, enough about that. Cukup pasal tu. Jom kita cerita tentang few updates that we want to talk about. And one of the things that made Melvin very happy today is that he was able, or should I say he's able soon, to get back to his office. Yay, Melvin.
Yes, this was announced last evening. Those states under phase 2 can able to work as long as 80% of the staff are vaccinated. I mean, for our office, it's 100%. So it's a good news because we have a lot of the companies that we have called. A lot of the office administrations still work at home. So working in the office is very different from working at home. I don't know. I feel that way because productivity is questionable working at home.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's definitely different because why? When you work in the office, you can totally tune your mind like you're working. But if you're working from home, you have to split your mind, not just working. If you have a child at home, you have children you have to think about your children. And then suddenly when you get lethargic and then you think about other stuff, I nak kena susun barang lah, I nak kena buat lipat kain lah, I nak kena basuh baju lah, all those kind of things. But when you're
Yeah.
at work, you can totally dedicate yourself 100% at work. And granted, we have been working from home since forever already. I feel like it's been forever, but I think it's high time for us to get back to normality a bit in regards of going to work, at least.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's talking about that. So hopefully we wish Melvin the best in entering his office very, very soon. But one thing also that we want to highlight is that one we have touched yesterday about Langkawi being open
Oh,
to the public today. Hari ni hari Malaysia. So Langkawi dah buka pintunya untuk kedatangan tetamu-tetamunya. All the tourists are able to flock down to Langkawi. But then let me show you guys. This is what happening. That's what's happening right now. What is this, Melvin? Apa ni?
yes, I took these two images. I was like having seeing it live. This is the Langkawi Airport. I saw it's packed, and I saw a lot of children there. And I saw some children are not even with the face mask, which is I'm quite worried. I mean, I don't know about the parents. That's why I say the parents are not too worried. I mean, yes, your children, you want to pamper your children, but then your children, I believe those who are in Langkawi right now, or those are not vaccinated. They still have a chance to be contacted of the virus. And who do you hold responsible if anything goes wrong? I put that. I remark while having this, seeing this live. I should remark the parents. If anything goes wrong with the children, the parents themselves are the killers.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is definitely no, because we've discussed this at length already yesterday. Like you know how Langkawi is becoming the the pilot project of tourism here in Malaysia, where it's opening up its doors to tourists from all over the country. Actually, not just from people in phase 1, 2, and 3. Is basically open for everyone who wants to go there, because Langkawi is considered to be in a bubble because it's on an island, so not really that easy except for people from outside to come in. They have to go through proper ways like your ferries as well as flights coming in. You can't drive to Langkawi, obviously. But yeah, it is maybe it's just we're not used to seeing this, Melvin. I mean, my opinion is that you're not used to seeing this. That's why when you see people are flocking in to Langkawi, with kids around, it's very
It's not.
scary because we are
No.
still used to getting high number of deaths happening because of COVID-19.
Yes, every day. Yesterday, the number shot up to 19,000 plus a day. And we have, even though the government say, oh, the death is 400 over, a lot of backdated reports, but it's still a community figure. You still have the number of deaths. And you ask me, yeah, they might do a test when they enter, but some of the tests will not give you 100% accuracy. I'm not being naive or negative, but I'm seeing, if that I see adult, fine, but I see children, I feel a bit worried. If that's, this morning, if I see the live, okay, the adults there, I'm sure they know how to take care. But with children, I feel sad. I feel sad for them. Remember the video which we also viewed where they went to this on last Sunday, weekend, they went to this waterfall resort and all this thing. All the children there, and everyone jump into the streams, the river, the waterfall to play. The virus, so, not only an air, probably through water, so-called contacted through the water.
Can we also say this, Melvin? I mean, like the fact that Langkawi is a pilot project, is the first project from Tourism Malaysia, from Ministry of Tourism to, open its doors to the public. Can we also say that the people who are actually in Langkawi right now, who are going to Langkawi within the short period of time, are guinea pigs? They are experimenters, basically.
Oh, yes. You say guinea pigs. I saw the remark as white mice.
White rats, yeah, white mice.
White mice,
exactly.
White mice.
Lab mice, right?
White mice, tikus for experiments. I'm nothing. I mean, I'm glad it's a pilot project, but I think don't overdo it. The day before, the ministry sent buskers, musicians there, where I thought not necessary. They will have performance the next few days, different locations, to excite, bring back. But I think we should start this pilot project on a modest scale. On a more modest scale, even before they should also tell them do not bring children. You want to have adults. You could be adults. Fair. They should put that, and then not to bring the whole kind of fanfare there and all this thing. Because when you have this, people get excited. let's say you have the baskets playing the situation, everyone would crowd them and get crowded and all these things, even though it's outdoor, I presume. We don't want the
Yeah.
crowd to feel. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, we do hope that people in Langkawi or people who are visiting Langkawi, who are tourists going to Langkawi or in Langkawi right now, if you guys are watching this, please take extreme caution of what you do. Make sure you guys follow all the SOPs. Granted, it's 181 SOPs. We're not gone down to 10 yet. It's still 181 SOPs. Hope you follow each and every one of those SOPs. As simple as just wearing double masks. Make sure you guys keep
Okay,
your
before we
distance.
end, even
Mm,
governments reduce to 10 SOP, if we do reduce to 10 SOP, as the responsible citizens, we impose our own SOP.
yep,
You
betul.
understand? Okay.
Yeah, it's all about self
Rest my case.
preservation. It's all about no, it's no. Penat lah cerita pasal COVID. Hari Malaysia pun nak cerita pasal COVID. Letih lah.
No, Malaysia Day is not for us to too relax. I say we have to work 100 times harder right now.
Yeah, betul.
Because
Yeah.
The
Okay.
economists say it will take X number of years to recover. Prove them wrong. We are the stimulator.
Yeah.
We want to recover between a year.
Yeah, correct. Rather than having X number of years, we're going to have Y number of years. Different alphabet, not X, but Y. Thank you, Melvin, so much for a great session again today. So tomorrow I'm actually off because I need to settle some stuff. So you're going to be back online tomorrow, right?
I already announced that because you need to check out. You need to check out.
You already announced
room.
that. Oh my God. Yeah, I need to check out and live my life. I will get my freedom tomorrow. Bye, Melvin. See you.
Yeah, follow SOP.
Bye. Ciao.
Bye.
All right, guys, that was Melvin together with me as usual. With you on this afternoon, bringing you what is the hot issues, what are the things that we want to share with you guys, because that's what we do in Act Now. We share all of our concerns. We share all the hot current issues that's happening in Malaysia as well. So that's it all for now. Hope you guys have a great off day today. It is a Malaysia Day. It is a day to be jolly. It is a day to be cool and relaxing. Don't do anything that I would not do, okay? Because at the end of the day, we are still in this pandemic. Belum endemic lagi, okay? Stay safe, Malaysia. Selamat Hari Malaysia. Take care, guys. Ciao.